Ladies and gentlemen, act as if your body is constantly speaking to you, because it is. Every ache, every twitch, every unexplained wave of fatigue is a message. The problem is not that the body is silent. The problem is that we are distracted. And one of the most overlooked messages your body sends is a quiet cry for magnesium. Magnesium is not loud. It doesn't announce itself with dramatic symptoms at first. It whispers. And those whispers are easy to ignore until they turn into screams. Act as if these warning signs matter, because ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. It only delays the cost. Act as if constant tiredness is not normal. You rest, but you never feel restored. You sleep, but you wake up exhausted. That deep cellular energy your body once had feels gone. Magnesium plays a critical role in how your body creates energy. When it's low, everything feels heavier. Simple tasks feel like uphill battles. And no amount of motivation can replace what the body lacks at a cellular level. Act as if muscle cramps are not just dehydration. Those sudden leg cramps at night, the muscle tightness, the spasms that come out of nowhere, these are not random. Magnesium is responsible for muscle relaxation. Without it, muscles stay tense, overworked, and overstimulated. Your body is telling you it can't let go. Act as if anxiety is not only emotional. Racing thoughts, unexplained nervousness, restlessness, irritability, these are not always mindset problems. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system. When levels drop, the mind struggles to slow down. Your thoughts race because your body has lost one of its natural calming agents. This is not weakness. This is chemistry. Act as if headaches and migraines are not coincidences. When blood vessels constrict and nerves become overstimulated, pain follows. Magnesium supports healthy nerve function and blood flow. Ignoring frequent headaches is like ignoring a warning light on your dashboard and hoping the engine fixes itself. Act as if constant fatigue is not just a busy schedule or lack of motivation. There is a deep difference between being tired and being depleted. This kind of exhaustion doesn't disappear after a good night's sleep or a weekend of rest. It lingers. You wake up already drained, as if your energy was never fully restored. Your body feels heavy, your mind feels slow, and even simple tasks demand more effort than they should. This is not laziness, and it is not weakness. It is often a sign that something essential is missing at a cellular level. Magnesium plays a critical role in how your body produces and uses energy. Every time your body creates energy, magnesium is involved in that process. When magnesium levels drop, energy production becomes inefficient. Your cells struggle to convert nutrients into usable fuel, and the result is a constant feeling of exhaustion. You may be eating enough, sleeping enough, and trying your best, yet still feel like you are running on empty. That frustration is real, and it deserves attention. Act as if this kind of fatigue is your body asking for support, not you failing to keep up. Many people push through exhaustion, relying on caffeine, sugar, or sheer willpower. These quick fixes may give a temporary boost, but they do not address the underlying problem. In fact, excessive caffeine can further deplete magnesium, creating a cycle where you feel even more tired over time. The more you push, the more depleted you become. This constant lack of energy often shows up in subtle ways at first. You lose enthusiasm for things you once enjoyed. Your concentration fades quickly. You feel mentally foggy, as if your thoughts are moving through thick air. Physical movement feels harder than it should. Your body is conserving energy because it doesn't have enough resources to operate at full capacity. This is not a flaw in your character. It is a biological response. Act as if your body's energy systems need balance, not punishment. Magnesium helps regulate stress hormones and supports the nervous system. When levels are low, your body stays in a low-grade state of stress, even when there is no immediate danger. This constant stress response consumes energy. You may feel wired but exhausted at the same time, unable to relax fully, yet too tired to be productive. That internal tension is draining, both physically and emotionally. Over time, ignoring this type of fatigue can lead to burnout. You begin to accept exhaustion as normal. You adjust your expectations, lower your standards, and slowly shrink your life to fit your limited energy. This is one of the most dangerous parts of chronic fatigue. You stop remembering what feeling truly energized is like. You forget that your body is capable of more when it is properly supported. Act as if restoring energy is about nourishment, not force. When magnesium levels are supported, the body can produce energy more efficiently. Muscles recover better. The nervous system calms down. Sleep becomes more restorative. Mental clarity improves. Energy starts to feel steady rather than fragile. This is not an overnight transformation, but a gradual return to balance. Your body is designed to function with resilience, not constant exhaustion. When fatigue becomes a daily companion, it is a message, not a life sentence. Act as if that message matters, because when you listen, address the root cause, and support your body properly, energy doesn't have to be something you chase. It becomes something you naturally have again. Act as if muscle cramps and spasms are not random inconveniences, because they are not. That sudden tightening in your calf at night, the twitching in your eyelid, the stiffness in your neck or shoulders, these sensations are signals. They are your body's way of saying it is struggling to relax. Muscles are designed to contract and release smoothly, but when something essential is missing, that rhythm breaks down. Magnesium is one of the key minerals responsible for muscle relaxation. When a muscle contracts, calcium is involved. When it's time for the muscle to release, magnesium steps in. Without enough magnesium, muscles stay partially contracted, tense, and overworked. This is why cramps often strike when the body is at rest, especially during sleep. The body finally slows down, and the imbalance becomes impossible to ignore. Act as if recurring muscle tightness is not just overuse or aging. People often blame exercise, posture, or long hours of work, but even those factors don't fully explain why the muscles refuse to relax. You stretch, massage, and rest, yet the tightness returns. This happens because stretching alone cannot fix a mineral imbalance. The muscle needs internal support, not just external relief. These spasms can range from mild to intense. At first it might feel like occasional stiffness or brief twitching. Over time it can turn into painful cramps that wake you up at night or interrupt your daily activities. Some people experience frequent muscle knots, while others notice a constant sense of tension throughout their body. This ongoing tension drains energy and keeps the nervous system on edge. Act as if nighttime cramps are especially important to notice. During sleep, your body should be in repair mode. If muscle cramps are pulling you out of rest, your body is not fully recovering. Poor recovery leads to fatigue, weakness, and reduced physical performance. Over time, this can affect mobility, balance, and overall quality of life. Magnesium also supports proper nerve signaling. When levels are low, nerves can become overstimulated, sending erratic signals to the muscles. This contributes to twitching, shaking, and sudden spasms that seem to come out of nowhere. These are not just muscle problems, they are communication problems between nerves and muscles. Act as if living in constant muscle tension is not normal. Many people walk around with tight shoulders, clenched jaws, and stiff backs, assuming this is just how life feels. But this constant tension is often the body stuck in a state of contraction, unable to fully relax. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system, allowing muscles to release and the body to feel safe enough to let go. Ignoring these signs can lead to a cycle of pain and compensation. When one muscle group stays tight, others work harder to compensate. This increases the risk of strains, injuries, and chronic discomfort. What begins as a simple mineral deficiency can slowly turn into long-term physical issues if left unaddressed. Act as if your muscles deserve balance, not constant strain. When magnesium levels are supported, muscles contract with strength and release with ease. Movement feels smoother, recovery improves. The body feels less rigid and more resilient. Muscle cramps and spasms are not something to simply tolerate. They are messages asking for attention. Listening early can restore comfort, mobility, and a sense of ease in your own body. Act as if anxiety and irritability are not just personality traits or emotional habits. When the nervous system is overwhelmed, the mind follows. That constant sense of unease, the racing thoughts that won't slow down, the irritability that shows up without a clear reason. These experiences are often rooted in the body as much as in the mind. They are signals that the nervous system is struggling to stay balanced. Magnesium plays a crucial role in calming neural activity. It helps regulate the signals that move between nerve cells, preventing overstimulation. When magnesium levels are low, the nervous system becomes more reactive. Small stresses feel overwhelming. Minor frustrations trigger strong emotional responses. The mind stays in a state of alertness, scanning for problems even when there is no immediate threat. Act as if feeling constantly on edge is not something you have to accept. Many people live with a background level of anxiety they consider normal. They learn to function while tense, restless, and mentally exhausted. But this constant state of vigilance consumes energy and wears down emotional resilience. Over time, it becomes harder to feel calm, focused, or emotionally steady. Low magnesium can also affect how the body handles stress hormones. When stress hormones remain elevated, the body stays locked in fight or flight mode. This makes relaxation difficult and emotional regulation unstable. You may notice mood swings, increased sensitivity, or a shortened temper. These reactions are not a lack of self-control. They are signs of a nervous system that needs support. Act as if restlessness and difficulty relaxing are important clues. Trouble sitting still, a constant urge to stay busy, or feeling uncomfortable during quiet moments often point to nervous system imbalance. Magnesium supports the body's ability to shift from stress to relaxation. Without it, even moments meant for rest can feel uneasy or unproductive. Anxiety linked to magnesium deficiency often shows up alongside physical symptoms. You may notice muscle tension, shallow breathing, or a racing heartbeat during moments of stress. The mind and body are not separate systems. They communicate constantly. When the nervous system is overstimulated, emotional calm becomes harder to access. Act as if irritability is a warning, not a flaw. Snapping easily, feeling emotionally drained, or becoming overwhelmed by small problems is often the result of depleted reserves. When the body lacks what it needs, patience becomes scarce. Emotional reactions intensive. Because the system is already under strain. Supporting magnesium levels can help restore a sense of calm and emotional stability. As the nervous system becomes more balanced, the mind can slow down. Thoughts become clearer. Emotional reactions soften. Calm stops feeling forced and starts feeling natural again. Your nervous system was designed for rhythm, not constant tension. Anxiety and irritability are not signs of weakness. They are messages. Act as if those messages matter, because when you support your body properly, emotional balance becomes something you experience, not something you struggle to achieve. Act as if sleep problems are not just bad habits or an overactive mind. When sleep becomes difficult, it is often because the body cannot fully shift into a state of rest. Tossing and turning, struggling to fall asleep, waking up too early, or feeling unrefreshed in the morning are all signs that the nervous system is not calming down the way it should. Sleep is not simply about closing your eyes, it is about the body feeling safe enough to let go. Magnesium plays an essential role in regulating the signals that tell your body it is time to rest. It supports the production and function of calming neurotransmitters that help slow down brain activity. When magnesium levels are low, the brain stays alert, even when the body is exhausted. This creates that familiar feeling of being tired but wired, where your body begs for sleep but your mind refuses to cooperate. Act as if difficulty falling asleep is not something to ignore. Many people lie awake replaying conversations, worrying about tomorrow, or feeling restless without knowing why. This mental noise is often connected to an overstimulated nervous system. Magnesium helps quiet that internal chatter by reducing excessive nerve firing. Without it, thoughts race and relaxation feels out of reach. Sleep interruptions are another important signal. Waking up in the middle of the night or too early in the morning can be linked to stress hormones staying elevated. Magnesium helps regulate these hormones, allowing the body to move smoothly through sleep cycles. When levels are low, the body may wake up prematurely, unable to maintain deep, restorative sleep. Act as if poor sleep affects more than just energy. Lack of quality sleep impacts mood, focus, immune function, and emotional resilience. Over time, it can increase irritability, reduce concentration, and make stress feel harder to manage. Sleep is when the body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and resets the nervous system. When sleep is disrupted, recovery is incomplete. Magnesium also supports muscle relaxation during sleep. Low levels can contribute to nighttime muscle tension, cramps, or restlessness that pulls you out of rest. The body remains subtly tense instead of fully relaxed, making deep sleep harder to achieve. Act as if relying on sleep aids without addressing the root cause is only a temporary solution. While they may induce sleep, they do not always support the natural processes that make sleep restorative. Supporting magnesium levels helps the body do what it is designed to do: transition naturally into rest and recovery. When magnesium levels are supported, sleep often becomes deeper and more refreshing. Falling asleep feels easier. Waking up feels gentler. The body learns how to relax again. Sleep stops being a saint, struggle, and becomes a source of healing. Your body wants to rest. If sleep has become difficult, it is not because you are broken. It is because something essential may be missing. Act as if quality sleep matters, because restoring rest restores everything else. Act as if headaches, migraines, and mental fog are not just inconveniences you have to live with. When the head feels heavy, pressure builds behind the eyes, or focus becomes difficult, your body is sending a signal that something is out of balance. These symptoms are often brushed aside or masked with temporary solutions, but they deserve deeper attention. Magnesium plays an important role in supporting healthy nerve function and blood flow in the brain. It helps regulate how nerves communicate and how blood vessels expand and contract. When magnesium levels are low, blood vessels may constrict more easily, and nerves can become overstimulated. This combination creates the perfect environment for headaches and migraines to develop. Act as if recurring headaches are not random. Many people notice patterns, headaches that appear during stress, after long periods of screen time, or at certain times of the day. These triggers place extra demand on the nervous system. Without enough magnesium to support that demand, the system becomes overwhelmed, and pain follows. This is not coincidence, it is physiology. Mental fog often accompanies these headaches. Difficulty concentrating, forgetfulness, and a sense of mental heaviness can make even simple tasks feel challenging. Magnesium supports energy production in brain cells. When levels are low, the brain struggles to maintain clarity and focus. Thoughts feel slower, decision-making becomes harder, and productivity drops. This can be frustrating and emotionally draining. Act as if sensitivity to light, sound, or movement during headaches is another important clue. These sensitivities point to an overstimulated nervous system. Magnesium helps stabilize nerve activity, reducing excessive responses to sensory input. Without it, the brain reacts more intensely to stimuli that would normally be tolerable. Ignoring frequent headaches and brain fog can slowly erode quality of life. You may begin planning your days around pain, avoiding activities you once enjoyed, or accepting reduced mental performance as normal. Over time, this can affect confidence, mood, and overall well-being. Act as if covering up symptoms without addressing the cause is not a long-term solution. Pain relief may dull the sensation, but it does not correct the underlying imbalance. Supporting magnesium levels helps address the root of the problem rather than just silencing the signal. When magnesium levels are supported, many people notice fewer headaches, reduced intensity, and clearer thinking. The mind feels sharper, focus improves, the head feels lighter. This change doesn't happen by force, it happens through balance. Your brain is designed to function with clarity, not constant strain. Headaches, migraines, and brain fog are not signs of weakness, they are messages asking for support. Act as if those messages matter, because restoring balance can bring relief, mental sharpness, and a renewed sense of control over your daily life. Act as if unusual heart sensations and nerve tingling are not things to casually ignore. A fluttering heartbeat, irregular rhythm, or an increased awareness of your heart can be unsettling. Likewise, numbness, tingling, or a pins and needles sensation in the hands, feet, or face can feel confusing and alarming. These experiences are often dismissed as stress or temporary issues, but they can be important signals from the body. Magnesium plays a vital role in maintaining proper electrical balance in the body. The heart and nervous system rely on precise electrical signals to function correctly. Magnesium helps regulate these signals, ensuring that muscles contract and relax in a steady, coordinated way. When magnesium levels are low, this balance is disrupted, and the body's electrical system becomes unstable. Act as if heart rhythm changes deserve attention. Magnesium supports the movement of potassium and calcium in and out of cells, which directly affects how the heart beats. When magnesium is insufficient, the heart may beat too fast, too slow, or irregularly. This can create sensations of palpitations or fluttering that are hard to ignore. These feelings are not always dangerous, but they are never meaningless. Nerve tingling is another important clue. Magnesium supports healthy nerve conduction and helps prevent nerves from firing excessively. When levels are low, nerves can become irritated or overly sensitive. This leads to sensations like tingling, numbness, or slight burning, often in the extremities. These sensations may come and go, making them easy to dismiss, but recurring nerve symptoms point to deeper imbalance. Act as if these signs reflect communication problems within the body. The heart, muscles, and nerves are constantly exchanging signals. Magnesium helps keep those signals smooth and consistent. And, without enough of it, messages become erratic. The result is a body that feels unpredictable and out of sync. Chronic stress can make these symptoms worse. Stress increases magnesium loss, which further disrupts electrical balance. This creates a cycle where stress leads to deficiency, and deficiency amplifies physical symptoms, which then increases stress even more. Act as if ignoring these sensations can lead to long-term consequences. Persistent heart rhythm issues or nerve dysfunction can affect daily comfort, confidence, and overall health. What starts as mild, occasional sensations can grow more frequent or intense if the underlying cause is not addressed. When magnesium levels are supported, the body often regains its rhythm. Heartbeats feel steadier, nerve sensations calm down, the body feels more predictable and balanced. This sense of stability is not accidental. It is the result of restoring what the body needs to function properly. Your body communicates through sensation. Heart palpitations and nerve tingling are not meant to scare you. They are meant to guide you. Act as if those signals matter, because listening and responding early can help restore balance, calm, and confidence in how your body feels.